Good morning. It is Friday, 21 August. A little after 6. Just getting on trail. We just walked out of Hanover, so heading into the woods. It's day 91 on trail. Day 90 took a 0. Stayed at a South 6th Street hotel. My dad came down to Hanover to bring cold weather gear. So the plan for the day is Trapper John's shelter, about 17 miles down trail. So that's the plan. We've got basically 4 days until I think North Woodrich is the planned resupply spot. We'll play by ear, see how it goes. We're all extremely heavy with our cold weather gear and full resupply. Velvet Rocks is our first goal for the day. It's a 2-mile climb up this first hill. So as always, things of interest pop up, I will jump on to share with you guys. And thanks for watching. This is apparently this place is popular. I'm at a Dartmouth football or college. So okay, we will see you down trail. It looks like this is how the climb's gonna start this morning. Talk about welcome to New Hampshire. Right there. Just a little more of the uphill this morning. This is just a taste. Actually, I don't even know if I can call it a taste of what Maine's gonna have to offer. It's gonna be beautiful. Can't wait till we get to the real mountains and the actual views. Just extremely peaceful out here this morning. Just sharing more of the beauty of New Hampshire. I'll just tell you, the state is going to be absolutely amazing. I don't know, maybe it's just because we took a 0 yesterday. We got a different outlook, a different view. But this place is just gorgeous. And we haven't even hit what it really has to offer. But just take a look at that. Yeah. New Hampshire's definitely gonna be an awesome state. We're headed down a little section, but we're actually still on our ascent, big picture wise, to Velvet Rocks. It's interesting. Apparently to get to the actual summit, there's a rope tied to a tree to help pull yourself up. So I'm assuming it's going to be a hellacious climb for the finishing part of it. The summit itself, I think, is under 2,000 feet, but I guess it's going to be steep to get to the final summit. If the rope's still there, the comments go all the way back to 2018, saying don't put too much trust in it. It was starting to fray. So I think there were comments more recent saying it's still there, but if it was fraying in 18, I don't know if I'll trust it at all with any actual weight. So we'll see when we get there. I definitely wasn't expecting anything steep enough where I was going to need a rope. And it doesn't look like that in a gut hook. So we'll see what it looks like when we get there. We're about 0.4 miles away. So shouldn't be too much longer. Yep, that's going to be steep. I don't know if you can possibly tell. I'm in normal zoom here. I'm gonna try. I'll try to get up a little bit here. I don't see a rope yet. But yeah, give me a second here. I'll try to record a little bit of this coming up. It's oops, slippery. So I don't see, at least at this point, any place one would need a rope. I don't know if it gets much steeper up towards the top. But I mean, there's enough rocks and roots to get a good foot grip on to get up. But yeah, that is definitely a steep climb. Welcome to New Hampshire. This is the top of Velvet Rocks. Oh, it's Velvet Mountain or what? But it's the first top of the first climb today. Talk about a nice place for breaks. Not much of a view, but yeah, I could definitely see where you could take a break up here. I'm not sure what the comments were about a rope. Definitely did not need a rope to get up that. There are plenty of rocks and roots to get a good foothold on. So now we're gonna start the descent down, because no point in going up a mountain if you're not gonna go down it on the other side. So give me a second and I'll grab what the next point of interest is, and then I'll jump back on and let you know what's coming up. So it looks like there's not a whole lot coming up. We got a couple of fields we're gonna go through, but the next big item is a Moose Mountain Shelter, or Moose Mountain, I guess, 7.6 miles. So it's definitely gonna be a while before there's at least a documented point of interest. But let me just look at the beautiful surroundings. So I am definitely sure I will be on to share some of the views between here and Moose Mountain. So I will definitely see you guys somewhere down trail, and hopefully if we're lucky, maybe we'll catch a moose today, or at least a picture or video of one. We shall see. And just like I don't want to only share the hard parts of the trail and the ups. So here's another quick capture of the downhill coming from Velvet Rocks here. It's, they definitely, looks like New Hampshire's gonna like to go down as quickly as they go up as well. And we keep going in and out of, I think that sign I see down there, I don't know if you guys can see it or not, is exiting a forested protected area. That'll be the second such area we've been through so far this morning. So they've got, looks like little sections. Conservation area boundary, Hanover Conservancy. So there's another sign down here that I was talking about, but it's like they've got little areas documented as protected, extremely sensitive is what they're calling them, where the first one said no camping or fires within 200 feet of the trail, which is interesting. That would imply to me that they want you to go greater than 200 feet off trail and disturb more of the environment. Greensboro Ridge Natural Area. Wells Eagle Trail, 0.9 foot travel only. Okay, so that's not what that is. All kinds of side trails around here as well. So, but yeah, anyways, there's protected areas where they want you to go greater than 200 feet off trail to do any camping or fires. Like I said, that just seems like they want you to further disturb the quote unquote extremely sensitive areas, but oh well. I'm gonna see you guys down trail here. That's an absolute disgrace right there. Just a freaking another example of why masks are absolutely retarded. And it blows my mind that people are actually leaving them out here. That was intentional there, unless someone else found it and picked it up and hung it on the tree. Just another marker. I keep taking pictures of these, but I don't think I've been posting them. They don't seem to have a whole lot of information, just specifically the ones with the AT symbol I like to get pictures of. Okay, yeah, I just wanted to capture that mask and the disgraceful crap people are doing out here with them. And I say it's one thing if they drop it and don't know about it, and maybe that's what happened. Someone dropped it, someone else picked it up and hung it on a tree, but if you picked it up to hang it on a tree, you might as well pick it up and carry it out. Jumping back on to give an update. Apparently I overlooked. We're gonna walk through a marsh here in about half a mile. Looks like it's got a little footbridge, or at least some boardwalks going through the marsh. So I'm sure I'll jump on when we get there. It's definitely interesting. If those trees weren't there, I wouldn't have been paying any attention. I would have gone right down that trail. You see there's a double blaze there indicating a right-hand turn. So I don't know if that's an old route or what it is, but yeah, it's a lot of times they'll put logs and stuff like that or trees down to draw your attention. But a lot of times I'll overlook those thinking they were just blowdowns or something. But yeah, it's always interesting when the trail splits like that. But yeah, just thought I would share, because I've definitely gone squirrel blazing, which as I've said, that's what we call when we go down the wrong trail. Or go down no trail thinking it is the trail. But yeah, we'll see you. My guess is when we hit the marsh here. That's gonna be less than 5 miles from here. You just look at this. It is just, I just can't get over. And I don't know if it's just because we took a zero, my outlook's a little different, or if New Hampshire just feels that much more peaceful and amazing. I'm also starting to feel, I guess, dread. This journey is coming to an end. I mean, we still have like 440 some miles to go. Apparently 2 of the toughest states. But overall, big picture wise, it really is almost done. We're on track. Depending on what the whites do to us here, we're looking at the 15th of September is our approximate completion date if we continue the pace we're going. Like I said, once we actually get into the whites, it'll be tomorrow or the next day before we actually start hitting the 4,000 plus foot mountains. So that's when the fun will begin, and we'll see what our mileage turns into. Yeah, like I said, it's odd with 400 plus miles left to already be dreading the journey being over. I guess on one hand, it'll be nice to be done. Like I said, I think I'm dreading it being done more so than looking forward to it being done. Yeah, possibly more on that later. We'll see you down trail. This is the swamp. Looks like we're coming to just a little footbridge. Yeah. Let's see, or marsh, I guess is what it's called, not a swamp. Cattails. I'm not seeing a whole lot of water. Maybe damp down there. But, I was hoping possibly more wildlife. Yeah, I mean, there's no birds. I'm not seeing anything. I see some birds in the background, but yeah, pretty uneventful there. Okay, I guess we'll just continue down trail. So while I'm not sure what the views will be like, the next two things in Gut Hooks are fields. So we'll walk through a field in 0.9 miles, and then another one 2.8. So I'll jump on and capture any views to share with you guys between here and there, as well as the fields if there's views. Well, I'm sure I'll jump on in the fields either way, just change in scenery. I always like to grab some footage when the scenery changes. So, but would you again, I can't figure out why there's such a different feeling. Just absolutely gorgeous. Let's take a look at this. Got some trail magic here. There's some beer, some water, and an AT riddle. You're NOBOing the AT. You come to a fork. White blazes go both ways. At the fork stand two men. One can only tell the truth, one can only lie. You can ask them each one question, but it has to be the same question, and from their response, you will know which way to go to Katahdin. What is your question? At AT Trail Dog. This was supposed to be a field. You see, we got some kind of backhoe up here doing something. Rounding it up, cutting the grass, I don't know. But definitely looks to me like they're clearing it for something. Oh, maybe they're just cutting the grass. I don't know. But that just goes back to the trail will always be here. Since I have no idea what he's doing, you gotta wonder what he's clearing the land for. I would almost guess to build something, but we'll see. Well, maybe we won't. I don't know. I'll see you down trail. Just at the edge of this field, there's more of that stone wall. You know, I couldn't pass that up without at least capturing it a little bit. It is nice. Let me zoom that way back out. It is. It's good to see that the walls are going to continue here in New Hampshire. So again, I'm really curious as to the history of all the walls. And I guess I may never know. Like I said, I'll see if I can find something when I'm done with this journey, but I'm sure it's gonna be different state to state, and I'm sure I'll find 100 different explanations for it. But I don't know if you can see it, but yeah, they're back in there. So we'll see. Hopefully I'll come across more sections as we go down trail. Yep, here we are. The walls. As far as I can see to the left, down here. Oops. It's hard to tell where I'm at when I'm in normal zoom. It goes all the way to the right and then comes back down. Again, outlining a square. Yep, got to love the walls. More wall. We're not too far from where the other one was. This one crosses the trail again with a hole, and then it comes up and continues. It splits off again here. There to the left, and then also continues down the trail, or up the trail. So, yeah, definitely. I am just blown away, intrigued. This may be intrigued, extremely intrigued, may be the right way to put what I am with these walls. Yeah, I don't know. Something mysterious, magical. Yeah, just something about them just draws me to them. I just state after state after state. And so there's no way they were built just along the AT. It is just too much work. Too much work just to build the wall for shits and giggles next to the AT. I mean, not all of them line up with the AT either. We go through them, around them. Yeah, I'm just absolutely amazed. It's just a rock or a boulder, I guess. Here we are again, one of these structures or the holes lined with rocks. Yeah, I mean, these things have to be something. You don't have holes lined with rocks for nothing. I'm thinking they're houses. They did their house underground or into the ground. They help with insulation. I don't know. Just another look. Like I said, this is it goes to about, I don't know, I'll see if I can capture it. Give me a second, I'll turn the camera right here. I don't know if that helps. Now I'm like 0.5 zoom just because I'm on the camera and it's facing me. Hopefully you can see it, but literally this goes up to at least my lower chest in most spots. Some of it's a little taller based off where the ground is. But yeah, like I said, these are definitely intentionally built for something. Like I said, I'm picturing a house. I don't know where the rest of it would be, or maybe the rest of it was wood. And that's just like a foundation inside to help with insulation. But yeah, I don't know. I'm just, like I said, I'm thoroughly intrigued with the stonework along the AT. I don't know if you can see behind me, but the walls are on both sides going around. Okay, I'm gonna keep going down trail. Oh, I guess I don't. If you notice, my shirt looks black again. I finally had to switch over to my second shirt. The first one, the seam had started coming apart on the left shoulder, and I wore it as long as I could, but I've got a big deep wound on my left shoulder from where the seam had come apart, and my pack shoulder strap had been digging it in to the top of my shoulder, the meaty part of my shoulder there. So finally swapped it out since my dad was there bringing my cold weather gear. So I'd been carrying it for several weeks. When he sent me my hammock, he sent me my second shirt, but I'd been trying to hold out. Yeah, that hole was just causing too much pain with the cut on there now. So I sent the original shirt home, and we'll finish out. This one should have no problem lasting the 400 and some miles remaining. And I'm just going to turn around here again, show the walls are just expanding here. It's coming down. There's some there in the background, or going towards the left there. So yeah, they're just everywhere. So I got my replacement fupa. Got two of them. I'm letting Pace wear one, see if he likes it. I forgot how much noise it made. See, look at that. That's like a doorway again. And the walls, it goes up into a square along the backside there. I don't know if we can tell since I'm zoomed so far out. Damn, these walls. But yeah, I forgot how much noise the fupa made. So it's always when I record, I'm like trying to hold it or flipping it over to the side so it's not moving as I walk. So if you hear rustling in the background, that's most likely what it is. Since it's made out of Dyneema, it's kind of noisy when I walk. Okay, I will see you guys down trail. Much of or too little of a trail, so I missed a turn somewhere while I was talking, following the walls here. So I'm backtracking to find out where I missed my turn. So I'll see you guys down trail. There's an old cemetery next to the road crossing. And come take some pictures and video of it. People probably think we're here maybe a cemetery is, but not as old as I would think. But I mean, there could be some old stuff in there. I like cemeteries. We just crossed another road. We've got, let's see if I can keep my fupa quiet, 1.8 miles, well, 0.2 miles to the water source. It'll be the first water source, and it looks like one of the only reliable sources for the next 10 miles or so, including our first option to camp. There's basically poor water options. Then we have 1.8 miles, I believe, to Moose Mountain South, and 3.8 miles to Moose Mountain North. And then like our shelter was coming down from Moose Mountain North. So we'll see. Possible discussions on, we're gonna see, get to the shelter, then discuss how we feel and what time we get there. If we wanna try to push on to one of the ledges. I forget the name. At some point I'll put it up here, talk about it later. But there's two ledges. I'll just say a lower and an upper, since they've got the same name and they're not labeled like north or south or upper lower. I'll just give them upper lower. But then there's also a smart tenting at the top of the mountain, which that would put us at a long day. but maybe worth it. We'll just see how we feel. But that's actually supposedly got the old caretaker's cabin is turned into a shelter according to the notes, as well as some tenting spots. So we have been looking or wanting to try to get some sunsets, sunrises, which basically we have to be at stealth size to do that, because none of these camping areas or shelters have been offering such views. So we'll see. Like I said, I think we're still gonna try to get to the shelter we were aiming for today, and then we'll make the decision there based off time and how we feel. Let's see you down trail. There's Trail AT, and another example of people losing their clothes. The heck? Matt Dustin stopped here abruptly, February 2001. Yeah. Well, I don't know what that means. Matt Dustin, February 11th, or February 2011. Yellow ribbon. I mean, he died? I don't know. Oh well. So working my way up to Moose Mountain South, 1.1 miles away. Still, I don't even think we're a quarter of the way up. I'm not quite sure why it's called Moose Mountain. I'm keeping my eye open, but I'm sure with my luck with animals, I'm not gonna see a moose on the way up this mountain. But I remain hopeful. So we'll see you somewhere between here and South, or Moose Mountain South, or Moose Mountain North, which is the next stop after we get to the top of the southern point. So we'll see you up there somewhere. That was Moose Mountain South view. There were two section hikers sitting there, which is why I wasn't talking during the video. Just a short clip. Moose Mountain Shelter is 0.7 miles down trail, and then 2 miles to Moose Mountain North. And then I didn't get the mileage, but just on the downward side of Moose Mountain North is a viewpoint. So apparently there's two NOBOs that stayed at the hotel that we did just a few minutes ahead of me. So EBGB, and I didn't get the other guy's name. So, but yeah, we hadn't met them, but apparently they stayed at the South 6 Hotel there in Hanover as well. So we will see. Yeah. So as always, thing shows up or anything of interest comes up, I'll jump on. I don't think I'll stop at the shelter. Highly doubtful. I got no reason to. If it's right on trail, maybe I'll stop and sign the logbook. But if it's off trail, I definitely won't stop. So I'll see you guys down trail. Wolfboro Road. We're seeing all kinds of little roads like this. Backcountry roads, I guess. Spring, quarter mile plus minus. Holtz Ledge. Trapper John Shelters, where our first pick was for the night. And I said we're gonna we're gonna get there and then discuss if we want to push any further based off what time we get there and how we feel. So we'll see you in somewhere down trail, less than 2 miles to the top of the Moose North Peak. We'll see you down trail. I like how these guys are getting rather creative with their signs here, their little drawings. The Spruce Moose, HTO tent, privy, tent shelter, north, south, and just kind of cute. This should be the summit of Moose Mountain North. Not much to look at. I'm not sure if people are being facetious when they said the view is mostly covered, then someone else put mostly in quotes. But we'll take a look over here. If nothing else, I'll look up there and see. There might be something over there, but it doesn't look like it. Yeah, no, it's all gonna be covered with these fir pines or whatever these are. But never fear. There is assuming I'm on trail, I'll verify before I go too far. Oh, look at that view. That's awesome. Just the ferns. Sorry. I'll look up here, see if there's a view, and if so, I'll jump back on. But if nothing else, there is a view listed in Gut Hooks, 0.4 miles down trail. So there's nothing up here to see. I'll jump back on if there's anything at that documented view. And if there's nothing there, I'll take a look and see what the next point of interest is, and let you know next time I jump on. Looked like someone had been coming over here, but yeah, still all grown over. So looks like we don't get a view on Moose Mountain North. Like I said, 0.4 miles down trail, there is a documented view, so we'll go see what that has to offer. We'll see you there. Here's the view, 0.4 miles down from Moose Mountain North. Pretty awesome. So we've got 1.7 miles, I think, to a beaver pond, and then 3.5 miles from here to Holt's Ledge, which is the next view. So Beaver Pond is the next point of interest, and then Holt's Ledge as far as a point of interest / view. So it's pretty much all downhill from here to the Beaver Pond, and then we start a pretty nasty uphill to get to Holt's Ledge. Holt's Ledge is actually on the other side of the hill we're going to climb. So we'll climb a nasty hill, then start the descent to get to Holt's Ledge for the view there. So we will see you somewhere between here and the Beaver Pond, or at the Beaver Pond. This is a Goose Pond Road we're about to cross. So cross that, and then we got still 0.4 miles to the Beaver Pond. A nice little footbridge, if needed. I don't seem to need it today, so I'm not walking on it. You can definitely tell we're getting close to some kind of nasty pond or some kind of nasty stagnant water. The mosquitoes and the bugs are getting Hanover Adventure Tours. The bugs are increasing significantly. Mostly the no-see-ums or the gnats. I think they're gnats. Some people, I guess, call them no-see-ums. Pecker gnats is something I guess be called. I don't know if this is trail magic or looks like it may have been trail magic. Now it's just a bunch of trash. Maybe. So, that's awesome. Toilet paper. Too bad I don't need toilet paper. All the water is gone. Yeah. You gotta love the trail angels. Whether or not you get some of the magic or not, they're still out here doing magic. Yeah, I think I've got enough toilet paper to last the rest of the trail. I finally gave up and just brought a whole roll with me after, the 1,500, 1,700 plus miles of just taking a handful or so every time we pull into or go into a town. Went first. Oh, see, every time I take my freaking eyes off trail, it happens. Anyways, so yeah, I guess it's kind of silly, but yeah, I have a whole roll of toilet paper, so that'll probably should last me till I stomach a ton. Like I said, normally I would just take a couple handfuls every time we go into town, or I would buy a pack of 6, since they don't sell individual rolls most places, and take a couple of days worth. Seems asinine. I could have just taken a whole roll from the get-go. Maybe it would have lasted me the whole time. Who knows? Okay, so we will see you at this beaver pond. Yes, it should be a little under 0.4 miles now. And then after the beaver pond, we're going to start our hellacious climb. So we'll see you down there. We are at the beaver pond. Let's see. Some of the walking boards are broke. I'm not sure how much of a view we're gonna get here. We will see. Oh, that's the actual dam. Beaver fixing his holes here. Oh, I think I'm standing on his actual structures here. I don't know. They're calling it a beaver pond. I don't see his home though. It's nasty looking. It makes for some good pictures, I guess. But yeah, that would be a sorry excuse for his home there. But yeah, it's much smaller than some of the previous ones we've seen. Yeah, that's maybe all we get. Go down here, see if there's any other views as we walk by here. Kind of disappointing. I guess compared to some of the larger ones. I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't be disappointed. Bigger it is, maybe more bugs. I would still like to see the freaking beavers one of these days in one of these ponds. But yeah, I'm not seeing a home. Okay, I'm going to continue down the trail. Like I said, once I get on the other side of here, I believe we're going to start our uphill. Those don't look too extreme over there. So I'll get the info, but I'm assuming we're gonna go up there to the top of that one. That's where I think we're going. And then on the other side of that is the shelter we were looking at staying, I believe. Once I get away from this pond, I'll see what I can find about the elevation and whatnot. Like I said, it's kind of nice, but there are a lot of bugs around these ponds and these stagnant water areas. I normally don't like to hang out too long. And we'll see you down trail. We are about to start the nasty climb. It's just under 1.5 miles, like 1.46, 1,233 feet ascent. Pretty little mushroom, turkey of the forest or turkey of the woods or something like that, I believe is what that's called. So yeah, back to the climb. It's according to Gut Hooks, it's going to be a 15.9 degree grade. So yep, it's gonna be a good climb. We'll see you somewhere on the way up or at the top, depending on how I feel. See you down trail somewhere. Record some of the ascent here, as long as I'm not breathing so hard. It's possible to listen to. I try to hold my fupa while I'm recording, but I can't do that while I'm going uphill. So we'll just have to accept the crinkling sound in the background, since it moves every time I move a leg. Yeah, so this is what we're doing to get up this thing. There's another road looking thing. Sign. It says keep right. Oh, that's got something to do with the road. Or the fact that I think the AT just goes straight or to the right of that the road. I mean, there it is again. I don't know where all these roads go, where they come from, what they're used for. It looks like it's been a while since anyone's driven on them. Oh well. We're almost halfway up this hill. It's we just had to do a little plateau or something here for a reason. I'm thankful, but the up's gonna start here again at some point. I'm assuming that it's probably gonna go pretty straight up like the rest of it's been. Yep, we're go right up there, then it's gonna go up. And I don't think that's not the top. I see some sky up there. This will be like the third peak. It's like those fake peaks. But yeah, as soon as you get up there, it does a switchback, and then you got a whole other peak. But yep, so that's where we're going. You can see straight up there. So we'll see you down there somewhere. We are a little more than halfway up. We saw this little spur trail, not even a blue trail. Oh, look at that. That's gorgeous. Not even a documented view. Zoom in here. See if we can. Get some footage. We got some dark clouds up there, but that's okay. Yeah, the breeze is feeling nice. So we're gonna keep working our way up the hill. This is probably gonna be the same or very similar to the view we get coming down this mountain. So my guess is we're going up. I don't know if you see, we're gonna keep going up and we'll be on that ridge. We're probably coming down that way. Only this closest ridge is gonna be my guess. I'm just pulling that out of my ass, but that's what my gut tells me. So we'll see you down trail somewhere. It's like this is the final push to the top here. I'm probably not gonna record all the way up. Yeah. Just sharing a little more of the love on this thing. Like I said, the average was 15.6 degree grade. Yep. Okay, we'll see the view. Which like I said, it's on the descent on the other side. We are to the top of this mountain. So we're like 0.3 miles from Holt's Ledge. Apparently the AT is gonna follow this ledge for about 0.1 mile with several spectacular views according to gut hooks. Or as long as I find it. I also intend to take a little spur trail it talks about to get one of the better views. So we will see you once we get to the ledge for some of those views. I just passed one view. According to gut hooks, I'm still 0.1 mile from the ledge, but there was a view I just passed. I don't know if I got any video. I took some pictures. But there's two other guys sitting there, so I didn't hang out too long. They're enjoying the view, and yeah. So hey, we're coming out to a little clearing here. Here's another partial view, or view, I guess. Pretty much the same as the one we were seeing over there. That's just absolutely gorgeous. Sorry, I'm holding the camera at a weird angle, so yeah. Okay, so I don't know. I think I just passed two more sobos that were out on another portion of the ledge. Here comes another one, so I'm going to turn the camera around and get that one for you guys. So there's supposed to be several of these viewpoints along the ledge here. Well, that's like literally straight down. I don't know, yeah, maybe we'll get a better view of that. But looks like they're gonna be all the same. I don't know why that surprises me. But down here, where'd he go? Look at that. What would you do to live there? I zoom out, look where that house is. That would just be awesome. I don't know if you guys can see the ledge there. That goes straight down. Maybe there's another clearing down here. Actually, this may be the spur trail. Yep, let's zoom out here. This has to be the spur trail they were talking about. Someone left the wallet. I don't think jumping out. I don't think that's the end of it. There's still more down here somewhere, I think. I'm gonna come check it out real quick, as long as it doesn't go too far. I don't want to, well, no, I mean, we're close enough to where we were gonna stay. Oh, there's a fence. Why is there a fence? Endangered species nesting area. Interesting. Please do not go behind the fence. Thank you for helping protect this area for falcon and sensitive plants. Enjoy the view. That is absolutely gorgeous. Yeah, that fence. Maybe this is, people were talking about a fence somewhere. I bet this is probably it. I don't know. This trail goes around it. Definitely a big fence. I'm not going any further than this. But that is just absolutely gorgeous, folks. Too bad we don't have any of the falcons out. Okay, so I'm gonna go down trail. This should be the turnoff for the shelter. Let's look rocks. Yep. Trapper John shelter, 0.3. That way, I'm assuming it's there. Problem is, that's saying 0.3, Gut Hook says 0.2, but it's only like 1430. So if we're not staying there, I don't want to go 0.3, 0.2 miles off the trail just to come back. So pace should be here in about 15, 20 minutes, I believe. So I'm just gonna sit here on the trail, and we'll figure out if we're gonna stay here or push on. I think we've got, give me a second. So we've got, basically we've got 2.3 miles until the next water source. The water source here at Trapper John Shelter is sketchy or maybe non-existent, dry. I think the last report said there were some puddles. Our next option is 2.3 miles, which is a ledge. Give me 1 second. Was Lambert Ridge. So there's a lower Lambert Ridge, which talks about a couple of tent sites. We just have no idea if anyone's there. And then we've got 3.6 miles as the upper Lambert Ridge. No discussion about campsites or tent sites there. Or we've got 6.6 to get us up to the smart tenting, which is where the caretaker's cabin is. I just passed two no-boers, which that's where they're headed. There's 2 other no-boers. I didn't talk to them, so I'm not sure where they're headed for the night. So if we move forward to the ridge or the ledge, or the ridge, Lambert Ridge, the 2.3, we need to be prepared to go all the way up to the 6.3, just because we don't know if anyone's already there or not. So there's a sobo. So I'm sorry, there was here, she's a sobo or a section hiker, very shy, but seemed like she didn't want to talk, older lady. But anyways, I almost feel like we should go ahead and push forward. We did the math. We have to do 17 miles a day from here on out to finish by 15 September. But it's like only 2:30. So if he gets here by 1500, at 6.6, we would still get to the smart tenting if we had to push all the way there by 7. That's assuming 2 miles an hour. And that's 2, 4, 6, 8. That's 8 miles. We've only got 6.6 to go. So, but since it's all uphill, just gave some extra fluff time in there. So basically, I'll get the elevation, but yeah, it's pretty much another mountain. I think there was a little ledge or a little ridge line in there somewhere, about halfway up. But for the most part, it was gonna be a climb. So. I'll check that out real quick, and I'll jump back on just to share that info with you guys. Okay, so if we push forward, we've got 2.8 miles downhill / level before we start the uphill. Then it'll be 3.8 miles, about 2,300 foot elevation at a 13-degree grade. So like I said, I gave some extra time in there, 4 hours to go 6.6 miles, but with the first 2.8. First 3 miles being downhill level, that should be done in like an hour and a half tops. So that would give us 3.5 or 2.5, 2.5 hours to go up basically the 3 point whatever miles. So we'll see once he gets here. So, it looks like we're gonna go ahead and call Trapper John Shelter the home for the night. Hopefully it's got some water. But yeah, checking stuff out. It looks like there's a 50% chance of rain. So instead of pushing through, the other 2 NOBOers I bet have also decided they're gonna stay at this shelter instead of pushing the other 6.6 miles. So we'll at least have some company there. Hopefully I've got signal. Every time we get to a shelter or campsite early like this, like we normally don't have service. So I've got it here on the trail, but once I go down to Blue Blaze, I may lose it. So we'll see. But yeah, we'll most likely I'll see you tomorrow. I don't know if I might take some footage around camp tonight, but it's probably doubtful with other people around there. So we'll see you, like I say, either tonight or tomorrow. All right, out.